Welcome, everybody, to your least favorite podcast. My name is Mark, and I am here with all of my friends.
Steven.
Nick.
Jake.
Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing today?
It's a day.
This is the first time it's been not on a Sunday. I feel like it is.
No, we've done it not on a Sunday before. We've done it on a Monday, I think, like right afterwards.
Strange. It don't feel right.
I hope you guys had a lot of things go on in the past 2 days to talk about.
I've been busy with something, little project I'm working on. Might be trying to get a whole new house, you know. Just figured the market's just perfect right about now, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna capitalize on it. See, everybody else is stupid, and they're like, I ain't buying a house while they're double the value and the interest rates are shot. But I'm like, this is where I'm gonna just seize it by the balls, you know. Thoughts? That's right. You ain't got none.
Don't buy anything. Die with nothing.
I mean, you're buying a house at the worst possible time. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like a few months back was the worst possible time, but now it's like just a bad time. Like the prices kind of calmed down a bit, and everything just kind of hit like a plateau, and it hasn't dropped. It hasn't gone higher. Everything's just kind of where it's gonna be for a while.
Do you know this for a fact?
I mean, I've watched it. I like to look at my house value. I like to look at it because we bought it back in 2018. So I like to look at it while it was going up and up and up and up. But now it's not as fun. Well, now it's not as fun because it doesn't do anything. It just stays there.
Yeah,
I mean, mine's gone down a little bit. Yours probably has too.
I mean, not crazy. It like dropped a tad bit, but not like I lost anything. But yeah, so I was like, people coming to visit, you know, I need to have a new house ready for them. And that's just where it's at.
Why?
One of these days, I'm gonna get you up here, Nick, and that's the only way I can do it. I got to make sure everything is perfect.
Yes, that is the only way. The only way you would get me up there is if you move me up there, and I don't have to pay any rent the rest of my life.
You can just live in like the basement.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me. I can do that.
Do I have to provide you with food too?
Until I make it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, clearly.
Just enough.
It doesn't have to be like a lot. I'll eat a factor or two.
I'm gonna give you gamer fuels and factors, and that's all you get.
Yeah.
I don't know what you feed a fledgling streamer.
So what's the big deal?
Streamer.
This sounds great.
All right. Well, then we need to get the new house so I have more rooms, more options available. So
It's just when I eventually fail at life, I need a fallback.
I will get a car battery and tase you in the balls until you get your motivation back.
That's not gonna get it bad. It's just gonna get me hard.
Damn it! It's not working at all.
He just seems to enjoy it. What's wrong with this guy?
But yeah, that's been the big highlight for the last 2 days.
So when does this dream die?
We'll see.
When does it turn into camping?
No, well, the camping can still happen. Now, buying land, that might not happen if I go this route, because this will kind of stick us in that category where we just can't afford. I mean, not that we couldn't afford to, but that I just wouldn't feel like it anymore. Depending on what we get, you know.
Like camping.
No, the camping's still gonna happen because we got all the
just
crap
never
for
felt
it.
like it.
1 year, okay, 1 year we didn't go, and this.
How many
this
times
is
have
what
you
I
been
get.
camping? How many times have you been camping?
75.
You're wasted.
Yeah, bullshit.
How many times have you been camping?
You've been camping like twice. How long have you been
16,
married?
45.
Years? 45 years you've been married.
32.
Yeah, exactly. You have not gone camping as many times as you've been years married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you even been camping since the last time we talked about this on the podcast?
No, he has not.
Dude, you know what the temperature? It's not ready for camping. It's 50 degrees outside. It was like 80
That sounds
degrees last
perfect
week.
for camping.
Right now, well, if you go up into the mountains, you're going to lose like 10, 20 degrees. So 50 here means 30 up there.
Don't you like the cold? All right.
I
Aren't
do.
the one that likes the heat.
I
Like,
do, but when you go camping, it's really easy to just die of hypothermia and not even know it's happening. We learned that
Don't
the
you
first time
brag
we
about
went.
some heater
die
that you
next
have
time.
too?
Just die next time.
Oh no,
all
I
right?
think I would know I have hypothermia. I'd be very
No,
Start
like
a
we were
fire,
up there.
you'll be fine.
I just remember when the first time we went up there and it was raining on us, just kind of drizzling. You're not like cold, like it's cool out and it's just drizzling the whole time. And I'm wearing like a sweatshirt. And it wasn't until we got in the tent and I like took that off that I realized it was soaked all the way through. Like I didn't realize how wet it was. And I was like, I didn't feel that cold, even though I'm wearing something that's basically just like completely soaked. I could like wring it out. And so I'm just losing body heat and not even noticing. That's my point. Like you could just die and you won't even realize something's going wrong.
At least you won't be panicking, you know. And be peaceful.
No, it'll be a nice, calm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't see the problem here. Sounds like a win-win.
Literally no downside.
Exactly.
By the way, if anyone's interested, the new Fallout show dropped today, or it's supposed to have. I haven't actually looked. Monday
yeah,
early.
I'm,
That's kind of cool.
What's
I'm
it
not
on?
interested.
Prime, I want to say. Got to go watch that. I don't care. It's Fallout. I don't give a shit.
I need a new show, so I might watch it.
I need
go
it to
watch
be
it
like
after
laggy and have a bunch of bugs.
I just finished watching Black Sails for like the 8th time.
I still don't understand why people watch the same show repeatedly. Like, how do you ever like move on? I could watch the same show if it was super good and I really enjoyed it. Like once every like 5 to 10 years. There's got to be like a 5 to 10 year gap.
Not even then. I hate rewatching shows. Like I love
I love
TV,
rewatching
but I'm
shows.
done. Once I watched it once, I'm good. I don't ever want to see it again.
I love rewatching shows because like
was-
you miss out on things.
Nope.
I was
saw
reading
it.
this thing
I
where
never
you're
missed
talking
a single-
about-
You watch your fucking mouth, all right? I never missed a thing.
I saw it all. I saw what I needed to see.
Every single thing.
The
I saw a thing
YouTuber who
that-
explains it to me never misses a thing. Okay?
That's how you get
TLDR,
all
bro.
your
That's all I
info
need.
from. They said if people rewatch shows or they have a tendency to do that they might be kind of prone to anxiety because watching shows they've seen repeatedly and knowing what's going to happen calms them down.
That's spot on. Hit
I
the
saw
nail
that
on
was
the head on
interesting. I was
that
like, that does kind of explain a lot of things because people that do
one.
watch
Right on
them,
the nose.
they're pretty religious about it.
Yeah, I have like a couple shows that I like cycle through. It's Black Sails, Deadwood, and then there's like another one that I'll watch pretty regularly.
It's called Fallout. We just talked about it.
No, not that one. And then there's a couple movies that I watch on repeat just whenever I need something to watch. It's not that I don't branch out and try new shows. It's just I like those shows.
Well-
Firefly and Battlestar Galactica. Those are the other ones.
And bears.
Beats.
And beets.
Has anybody ever had a beat?
Yeah, they taste fucking gross.
Yeah. You
They're
know what
not
really
good.
got me is one year I thought it was like cranberries, and it was
Ooh.
not cranberry.
Ooh.
It was beets.
I think that's like the joke from The Office is that beets are actually just terrible and they're hard to eat, and that's like his go-to thing.
Bears.
Mhm.
Beats. Battlestar Galactica. What is
Horrible
going
fruit.
on?
We was watching these ones talking about the little durian fruits. I really want to get a hold of one of those, the little stinky fruits.
They say they're really good.
I feel like they say that because they're screwing with
Just
you,
to
you
fuck with you. Yeah, just like,
Oh, this is so good. This is so good. You got to try it.
I mean, listen, there's people out there that eat literal shit. So I'm sure that fruit
Hey,
doesn't
don't
taste
kink
that
shame.
Name names, dude.
bad. I didn't say that it was a bad thing. I said there's
Pointing
people
fingers
out
gets
there.
us nowhere, Jake. Oh. Nobody knows that reference. Okay,
The South Park reference? Yes, we.
It's
we know
always
you.
a South Park reference.
Always
Come
the
on.
South Park reference.
Every reference.
Can we get Matt and Trey on this show? I would just love to talk to them.
I'd love to have them in here. That'd be great.
That'd be amazing.
I'll go find them at Casa Bonita. I think that's where they hang out now.
All right, I'll be the guy to say it. No.
That is on my to-do list. You can do that when you come to visit. We go to Casa Bonita.
No, we will not be doing that anytime soon.
It's the new Casa Bonita since
It's
they
still
bought
like
it.
a crazy ass wait list for fucking mediocre food.
It's good that we get it like 3 months ahead of time, right? We got plenty of
I
time.
don't even think if you did it right now, I don't think you could get a reservation in time.
Bitch, I will get a reservation. I know people, okay?
No, you don't.
Yeah, he does. He does know people.
I
All
know
you gotta
people.
tell him is that you're with the least favorite podcast, dude. They'll let us right
Yeah,
in.
dude.
Yeah.
Do you wanna end up on the podcast? Huh?
Yeah. Oh, we'll talk
That's right.
about you. We'll talk about you.
He's just not on. He doesn't know the right people. He does know people.
Yeah, I did say I know
listen,
people.
we all know some people.
I know a lot of people, but it ain't really beneficial. Oh, you don't even get reservations. You got to get tickets.
Yeah, you got to get a ticket to be able to go buy food there. It's
Please
fucking
choose
stupid.
your party set 1 to 8. Okay, I'm out. This is too much effort already.
It's just mediocre. It's not that great.
How do you know? They bought it. They revamped it.
I know. I said it's about the same, maybe a little better food.
Ah. I'm down to try it for the experience.
I'm not down to
Blackbeard's
wait.
Cove. Anybody? Mark, I feel like you'd like it. It's pirate themed.
I do like pirates.
Oh, he's there.
I'm
I
in.
got
I'm
cliff
in.
divers.
Pirates.
I'm in. Done.
I don't even care. I'll be there. Perfect. Yeah, between that and the illusion being friends themed, I feel like you'll enjoy that one too.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Is it going to be friends themed while we're there?
It started already. We're going this weekend. It is currently friends themed, and then we're going Friday, and then it lasts for 3 months. So it should be on the tail end of it by the time.
God, hopefully it's
everybody
gone,
gets here.
dude. I hope they change it.
It
to
could be.
something new.
It could be gone by then.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like Friends. I like Friends a lot. I'm the best at Friends trivia. All right, I've won twice in a row. Just throwing it out there. But
Good for you? Question mark.
that's mainly a
Weird-
jab at
weird-
his wife.
Weird
But-
flex. Okay.
Oh, I mean, we might lose our one listener now because of that.
Because of that.
There's other parties involved now.
But I feel like a Friends themed bar would just be going to a bar. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Well, no. So one of them. So
my friend.
we looked it up. One is set up like the coffee shop.
Like the
other
coffee
one's
shop,
set up
yeah,
like their
essentially.
apartment.
yeah. I mean,
Was
So
Did they
I don't know,
Did
dude.
they
Like,
serve
it's the
coffee
same-
instead of alcohol? Or?
I mean, like
I
the
don't know.
Harry
We're not
Potter
going to
one.
that one.
The Harry Potter one, I got to like go in my Harry Potter robes, right? Like dressed up for it.
Listen, just dress up as what's your favorite? Phoebe
can dress
or whatever
up
her
as
name
an
is. I feel like
armadillo.
you're a real Phoebe.
Yeah, right. Goes the holiday armadillo.
You can dress up. It's a like.
Good job, Steven. All right, I'm proud of you for that one.
I just remember because
not.
that was the dumbest thing that I remembered from the show. And nobody else I've been suggesting that to is willing to do it. So,
I mean, if you get the suit, I will.
oh, don't, Ted. I'm gonna go get a life-size armadillo costume. Money well spent.
It's got to fit. All right, I'll send you my measurements later.
This is gonna be fun. Yeah, we're plotting it all out. We're gonna have all these places lined up. And then the new house, obviously. It's going to be great.
I mean, I'm down.
And the weird guy that plays video games in the basement.
Who's that? What
Don't
is
you
his
worry
name?
about it. Don't you worry about it. Just go back to your games. Don't worry about what we're doing up here.
Daywalker.
Can't come out until you make it.
hmm
Yeah, we've talked about houses before, me and Holly. We're like waiting until we outgrow this house.
There's nothing wrong with that house. It's got lots of grounds. Like, you got the whole property. You can do all kinds of things.
It'd be fairly
we've
easy
talked
to
about
make
that too.
house bigger.
No, yeah. We've talked about expansions too. Namely, like putting on like we make it like a new master suite, like going back into the backyard.
Oh.
And then the current master bedroom would then become like game room / office, and then instead of having the office here, we'd have 2 bedrooms.
No, you go up. You stack. You know
Up
this
is
from
not as
games.
easy.
You stack
is
up.
not as
I was gonna
easy
say
to build.
that'd probably
You put your foundation
terrible.
down. You put your 4 walls down. You put the wall, the roof piece on the top. Boom, done. They just snap into place. It takes like 30 seconds.
Yeah, all you have to do is press C right? And it'll just delete the previous ones, and then you can add.
What a world we'd live in if that was how it worked.
Man, I'd be the
So
best
y'all's next
architect.
project when y'all come down for New Year's,
Build an expansion onto your house.
build an expansion onto the house.
I mean, I'll do it, but you might not like what
Yeah.
your results
I mean,
might not be.
We're only usually there for what, like a week? Like,
It's
I don't
gonna look like a little it's like particle board and 2x4s. Still mud underneath. I don't know.
He'll just bring his tent he never uses for camping.
Yeah, just set up a tent. All right, here you go.
There you go.
That is a guest house when I'm not using it for camping. So
Ah,
It's a
yes.
pool house.
thank you for spoiling Mark's living arrangements while he's here.
It's
Yeah.
as long as it's in the summer, that's fine.
It's not, surprisingly. It's gonna be cold. I don't know why, but it will be.
For that moment, for those days, for that week.
Yeah, I won't put it past him. You never know around here. Like I said, 80 degrees and then snowing for some reason and
If it
cold
snowed
wind.
in July, I would fight you. That's just what would
People are
happen.
supposed to live here.
I would just fight you, and that'd be that.
That's fair.
Is
I've
where
been
our
watching-
friendship ends.
Speaking
the
of
weather.
unpleasant places, I've been watching all these things about them trying to build crazy shit in the Sahara Desert. And they've been trying to build this super long city that's just like a big line through the desert. And apparently that's a money sink, and they're starting to realize it. And then they've also been trying to build all these little like tree pit things and like regrow the forests on the edges of the savannas. It's really interesting. But you still can't live in the Sahara.
Yeah.
There's-
yeah.
I just thought it was
Honestly, a good
interesting. I
idea.
was watching these things.
I keep finding these posts on Reddit. I found like 3 of them now on different days of like people asking, "What does this random section of Russia do?" Or, like, what's going on in this random section of Russia? And most of the time, the answer is nothing. It's uninhabitable.
That's the trouble with being that far north. Like half the stuff's just too dangerous. Can't live there. You freeze to death. But people do live in those ice places. They just hunt whales and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
I said the fishing's really good.
That's the only thing there is. There's no plants. There's no wildlife. Like you gotta fish or die. Fish or like eat rocks and ice.
I do like rocks.
Again, you're just acting like death is off.
I mean, I'd rather freeze to death than live in the Sahara.
Yeah, same.
No,
Nope.
but you know what's
I'll take the
interesting?
Sahara.
We watched this little quick documentary where it was talking about what's under like sand, because it was under what's under the beach. Like, there's got to be something under all this sand, and it was like, well, eventually you just hit rock. And it's the same thing in the desert. But the neat thing about the desert is they said where there is sand, it can just bury things. Like it'll bury like a town if it feels like it, just buried under the sand dunes. But most of the Sahara is actually just rock and not sand.
Just take a big old vacuum and suck up all that sand.
Big leaf, like a leaf blower.
Yeah.
Push
That kind
you
of
into the
happens. They
next
said
state.
they said the sand from the Sahara goes across the ocean and it like deposits sediment into the Amazon rainforest and helps fertilize it. More
I
fun
hate
facts. Let me
sand.
know. I'll just. What do you say?
That sounds like some
You hate sand?
crap.
Yeah, I hate the beach because of sand.
Is it coarse and it gets everywhere?
Yeah, it's just all around just probably one of the worst things I could think of about the beach. Sand.
Sand gets really hot too. Like that shit'll burn your feet.
There's just nothing pleasant about sand.
And then it hurts your feet to walk on the sand with shoes so you don't burn your feet.
Yeah, agreed.
And then it's everywhere. Everywhere. It gets
Yeah, and getting it
everywhere.
off your feet sucks.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Like, there's always like a patch left like on your ankle that for some reason didn't get washed off.
Yeah, and you're getting it in the bed for sure.
And your asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
My wife loves the beach.
Oh, weird.
They should
transition. Okay.
replace the sand with grass.
I just like The beach.
All
is
of
so
it. That's why I
boring.
said they're working on it.
Yeah.
I just get bored at the beach.
Yeah. I mean, once you get in the water, that's about it.
Yeah, I still remember Hawaii. The beach was nice. I mean, yeah. Again, if you're not like surfing or doing something, then yeah, it's boring as hell. But I remember when we were in Japan, and I was dead set on going snorkeling, and we don't know anything about it except that we gotta go find a spot where I can take this fucking snorkel I bought out into the water and see some goddamn stuff under the water. Of course, we go out there during low tide, so there's like a foot of water over the coral and all the rocks out there. So we like go out there, and I just lay flat on the ground in the foot of water, face down, with a snorkel on.
How was that?
I got my fucking money's worth, okay? I got to use my snorkel. I still have that. It's upstairs. The one time it got used in a foot of water.
Like the kiddie level of water, kiddie pool level of water.
I mean, we always had some interesting times around there because the island's weird.
Yeah.
And like the other side, like we go out to the seawall, and I remember there was like a storm out there one time, and we were just walking around. So it's like kind of raining up on the concrete where it's safe. Then like big old waves crashing into the seawall where you can normally go down there and walk. And I was like, I kind of want to go walk down there, but I was like, I guess this is the moment that decides like, am I gonna die by getting carried off into the ocean, or am I gonna survive and just be like, huh, that's a fun thing I shouldn't do?
Man, I get so pissed off when I hear your stories of like deployments compared to my stories of deployments. Cause like I go on deployment and we're like, hey, we want to go do things. And they're like, no, you don't get to do that. And then you go on deployments and you're like, oh, I got to be in this brand new Camaro chasing down planes.
Yeah, that was nonsense. Like, yeah, I don't know why that happened, but it did. It was pretty fun.
That's
So it's not. I don't even remember why we were doing that.
Yeah, all the worst.
That wasn't a deployment.
People.
That was one of the
a
exercises.
TDY. Yeah.
That was just a
Hell,
little.
simulated deployment. Who cares?
Yeah, that one's fun. I like those that would go because they do the pretend stuff, like make believe for adults, and they come out and be like, "You're dead." What do you want me to do? I don't know. You're dead. Get out. Go away.
I would just lay down right where I'm at.
Well, they had that. I remember they had one of the captains. It was
Mhm.
like pouring rain. He's like, "Your leg's gone," and he's just like, "What?" And he's like, "Yep." And he just gets down in the water because there's like water. He's in like a puddle. He's just standing there, and he just lays down in his clothes, like in this
you
water.
should have
and he's
gave him
like,
your snorkel.
This was a different time. Different time.
Oh, okay.
But dude, that thing was always the greatest. I remember they did the same to me. Like, hey, you broke your arm and or your leg's fractured or something. You're like, you can't do anything, and you got to just sit down, call for help, and everybody's got to be like, oh, this is a thing. He's pretending that he's injured, and I have to give a crap. And then they got to come and pretend to like help you out.
I will say I always avoided that. Like I never got stuck either having to tend to them or even being tended to. Like I never got.
It
into
didn't
that.
help that our NCO, like our dude in charge, it was Sergeant Mick. He was working for him, so he would come find me and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what are you doing over here?
Yeah, I guess
Guess
that
what
would
you're
suck,
doing
yeah.
now." Yeah, he was a fun dude, but
Yeah, he
Those are
knows
fun.
secrets. Because like our office would be like, oh no, secret thing, shut the door and just nobody's allowed to bother you.
I'm gonna go take a nap now. Warn me if I need to wake up.
That's like so many naps.
That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in the military. We take our job serious.
Tax dollars at work.
I mean, that would be the least of your if you ever really knew. That'd be
Honestly,
the least.
yeah, I mean the shit that they spend money on. So
You'd be like, at least they're there, okay? At least they're,
I know the money we spend on the military. A lot of it's very wasteful.
My favorite thing is when people like assume that I did like had to like ruck with like 50-pound bags of stuff like places, and like every time I'm just like, nope, I was in the Air Force.
I never assumed that. Yeah, you were in the Air Force. I knew better.
Nope, I was in the
Dude,
Air Force.
heaviest,
worst
thing
thing-
you
my
carried,
desk.
heaviest thing you carried around was a computer. Don't start with
Dude, the
me.
worst thing is hearing stories from people in like the Army or the Navy or the Marines. They don't count because they like that shit. They're into it. But like the Army and the Navy, they're like, this is what they made us do, and we're like, that you need to call somebody. Like they can't do that. They're like, no, that's just how it is. They're like, no. No. It goes beyond like staying in a tent or a hotel. Like, Jesus. Some of the crap they do, and they're just cool with it.
Like, yeah, it's just what happens. No. That's awful. Why would you do that?
You need to talk to your chain of command. You need to talk to your supervisor. You need to go talk to the chaplain. You need to get this sorted out.
Yep.
They're
Good
fun
old
times.
military life.
Go join the military, kids. It's fun life.
Join the Air Force. Don't join the rest of that shit.
Unless you like the Marines.
Unless
We
you're
get
just a
a shout out.
psychopath in the beginning.
That's what I was gonna bring up. I forgot we've been watching this YouTuber, and she goes around and does kind of like a week or whatever, like training experience. So she went through like Army basic training, like a little short version of it. Went through like a little short version of the Marines. Did like firefighter training. Like she does all these trainings, and it's just interesting to see other people getting subjected to some of this stuff, but on camera, and then the fact that they're willing to work with them, like the fact that they're willing to let them bring a camera into like basic training and show this off. Like that's
Yeah, I
interesting.
watch
We need to
somebody
get
who
on
does
that.
that. There's a martial artist who does that.
Hey,
It's
if
kinda
any of
annoying.
the
I wanna
branches,
watch those videos.
if the Air Force wants to sponsor us, let us know. We'll do whatever for some money, you know.
I'd go and do a week of basic training again.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about nothing. You just work out, eat, and go where you're told.
I have dreams about that all the time. Like dreams that like I go back to basic training voluntarily. Just because.
That's not right. You might want to get that looked at.
It's like a weird like survivors thing. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
blink twice if you got diddled.
All right, so like the people not in the military, you go to the basic train just for like a couple weeks. You don't have to do anything. They'll pay you. You just hang out. You don't have to join the military. You just got to go through like the 8-week bullcrap. People that might be screaming at you. You just go where you're told. You work out, eat some food, and then you can go home.
I mean, it's really all like it's not bad. Yeah, outside of like them yelling at you, it's exactly that. You wake up, you work out, you get as much food as you want almost.
I'll do it, but I also get to yell back at them and they can't do anything about it.
That kind of defeats the whole purpose.
I know, but it sounds fun. They just know. Then it makes it a bit more of a challenge for the instructors.
It
They
kind of
just got this shithead over here that's not listening, and you can't do shit about it. You just got to keep the other ones on task.
No, they got that because what they would do is like what they do in Full Metal Jacket, where they just punish your entire group with you, and then they're
I
like,
don't
"Cool,
care.
have a good day," and then they
I don't
leave,
care.
and then you got 49 other people that are kind of pissed off at you,
Too bad.
and then they lock you in a room with them overnight.
Don't care.
I mean, I'm not saying things happen, but things might happen. I know in the movie they like whip them with the little soap bath, and he beats them with the socks with the bars of soap in it.
Yeah.
Quack. We watched that movie at basic training. It was funny.
You get to watch a movie at basic training?
Yeah, we were there during Christmas. So
Oh, yeah,
that was
that's
our
right.
Christmas present. Christmas Eve, they like took most of the instructors out and they just let us like we were by that point like formed up enough to know where we needed to go, at least to like eat and do workouts and stuff. But they didn't make you go to classes. They just let you go into the classrooms and they left you alone. But it was funny. They'd have like one instructor sitting in the food place, and he would just be like watching you, but he wouldn't say nothing. He wouldn't like blow up like they normally did. He'd just be watching because it's Christmas Eve and trying to be nice. But he'd be like, "You better hurry up. You better get out of here. Don't make me have to do something." Like he
Did you get
just waiting.
dessert?
I don't remember.
Hmm.
If we did, that would have been the only time.
I
Like
still
that was all they
remember-
gave us.
I remember taking you to the Cheesecake Factory after we were there for like family week or whatever, and just watching you eat like 3 full pieces of cheesecake, like everybody's leftover food. Like,
Yeah.
just I couldn't believe it. 3 full pieces of cheesecake. It was impressive.
It's interesting once you get deprived of something for a while. But I would
Yeah.
tell you, if you go from that transition to eating all that much food, it'll make your stomach hurt.
Yeah, it'll mess you up.
Yeah, I would imagine eating 3 pieces of cheesecake, even if you did eat like shit, would probably still make your stomach hurt.
Yeah, it's pretty dense, and they don't let you. So like while you're there, you can't have coffee, you can't smoke, you can't get desserts unless you are willing to go through go through the process. And then there's foods that you are supposed to eat and not supposed to eat. Like they have everything color coded, which I saw this documentary and they still do that. I was like, oh, I saw that. I saw the little color things. There's like eat often or eat less often or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we just get only the red ones because that's the stuff that tastes the best. The stuff that's like, don't eat this.
A month, every day.
Yeah, it's good. That green stuff's just not doing it for me. But it's fun. I like I said, I'd recommend everybody go give it a shot. It's just a fun little holiday.
All right, I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up this week because we're talking about food and I haven't eaten dinner yet. So, thank y'all for joining us. We will catch y'all next week. Bye.